What's up, Folsom Hills family? My name is Kelly Kaminskis, and I'm here to help you with the how-to for this year's clay project in Miss Hardy's kindergarten class. You should have gotten this bag of little goodies in your child's tray, along with clay slab or a piece in a Ziploc bag. And the key here is make sure you keep this nice and flat once you do get it until we're ready to go. All right, let's go to our workstation and I'll walk you through the steps. Here we are in a workstation, and included in there is a brown piece of paper, sort of your work mat. Also a paper plate, and that's going to be the shape of the circle that we're going to cut out of the square clay. Next to that is our clear plastic tube. You can use this device to put a hole if you choose to hang it. That's an instrument for that. The long wooden toothpick can be used to scratch in the child's name, as well as cut around the paper plate the excess clay that we're not going to use. Or you may use the included utensils, a plastic knife in this case, to cut or trim the excess clay around the plate. And there it is, our clay in the Ziploc, nice and flat. So we're going to take these pieces out. I'm going to walk you right through each one. All right, the first step will be removing the clay from the Ziploc bag. The trick to this would be to go ahead and open the bag, peel off the top layer from the clay, stick your hand all the way in, and then keep your hand in there, brace it, flip it over, and then peel back the Ziploc bag from the clay as well. And it should slide easily outside the bag and lay that flat on your workstation. Have your child place the paper plate on top of your square clay, center it as best you can, and then have your child place their hand and hold it firmly in place. And then grab one of the cutting tools. In this case, we're going to demo the wood stick. And you're going to just run that wood stick along the outside of the paper plate and trim off that excess clay. We'll try a different utensil if you'd like. We can try the knife. And feel free to let your children do this as well, just with your guidance, of course. All right, now you can remove the hand and the paper plate. And then we'll begin our handprint. Next, have the child place their hand in the center of the clay, making sure the fingers are spaced nice and evenly. And then have the child press down into the clay. And you may assist with that, applying pressure evenly with the palm to the fingertips, but not pressing all the way through the clay. But a nice pressure. If it did work the first time, or wasn't enough pressure added, reapply that pressure and assist with your. You may approach it as one finger at a time. Applying pressure. All right, so that clay may be a little hard to press down. Don't panic, that's normal. Feel free to apply some more pressure, and you can repeat that process until the indentation or that palm print is to your liking. Again, you're not going to go all the way through to the paper, but a nice deep indentation will be awesome. We'll apply some paint, we'll get this thing glazed, it's going to come out fantastic. But again, just help the child put the hand right back in the same place, apply some more pressure, working with each finger at a time and the palm, just pushing in there, lifting it if you like the depth. Great. If not, do it again and repeat that process. All right, so putting the name or having the child carve their name on the front was designed so that you wouldn't have to flip the project over to see who it belongs to. Again, it's optional. You could put it on the back if you'd like it. It's your call. Or again, you could put it on the palm on the front or the top space above the fingers. It's really optional. Now that the child's name has been initialed, you may have the option, if you so choose, is to put a hole in the item for a ribbon, or if you want to hang it, or you have the option to just lie it flat or lean it on something. So not necessary to put a hole in, but if you choose to, grab the plastic tube, find a location that's not too close to the edge, but enough to be supportive and not in the handprint itself, and push down firmly until the tube reaches all the way through the clay. So push down firmly until it reaches the base or the bottom of the clay or the table, and clear the clay from that hole. If need be, repeat that process until there's a nice, clear, complete hole. All right, another optional but a highly recommended phase would be to take the bowl, small paper bowl that was included in your bag, put a little bit of water in there. And what you'll do is you'll have your child dip a couple of fingers into the water and then just very lightly smooth out the edges of the outside of your decoration. It'll smooth out the rough edges from the cutting, and the water will just a little bit of pressure and apply gently, and it just smooths it out, makes it look real nice and flush and clean. As well as when it dries in the kiln, you won't have any jagged edges. And just continue that process. A little bit goes a long way. You can always add a little bit more water to your fingers and smooth out that clay. And there you have it. Nice handprint. Leave the decor on the paper and let it to dry, and the paper will absorb the additional moisture in the clay on the backside. Allow that to dry, and then return it to the child's drop box or drawer on the assigned day. All right, we're back. Not too hard, right? Pretty easy, but a really cool project for your child. Let that dry, get it turned in, we'll get it fired in the kiln, then we'll get it back to you. Because this is just phase one. Then we get to apply some cool glaze paints to it. And when it comes back to you then, it's gonna look really cool. All right, if you have any questions, you have any problems, you're unsure, don't panic, reach out. We are happy to help. And I'm looking forward to some really cool projects. All right, take care.